It's like a center for the Muslim world. So therefore, Saudi Arabia can play a big part, and we would like to become a player also in ending these conflicts and getting people together. Because this clearly benefits the enemies of the Muslim world. And if we can play a part in putting out these fires.
Excellency, Saudi Arabia, in fact, unfortunately was under attack by Houthi militia, missile, and they were also trying to attack the Holy Haram. How will your government respond if there is an attack on Saudi Arabia, which has the two holy land?
This is a stated position of all our governments in Pakistan, that we will not allow anyone to attack Saudi Arabia. We will stand by Saudi Arabia. But I can just say one thing, that all conflicts can be resolved through political dialogue. I mean, you could look at Afghanistan. The conflict in Afghanistan is now 16 years it's been going on. And for a long time, people like me kept saying that there is no military solution in Afghanistan. And we were branded as pro-Taliban or Taliban Khan. But now everyone realizes that there is only one solution in Afghanistan, and that's a political solution. And I feel that every conflict has a political solution. Because this military dimension, I'm not a believer in military solutions. I don't believe this world is meant for military solutions.
Excellency, Pakistan is a founder member of the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism, which is based in Riyadh. This initiative has been adopted by His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. How do you see the role of Pakistan in that context?
Well, it's Pakistan probably is, no country in the world can give such expert advice on countering terrorism as Pakistan. What Pakistan faced, the sort of terrorism Pakistan faced, I'm not sure many countries would get out of that situation. I mean, there were times when we were having on a daily basis, we were having massive suicide attacks all over the country. And it was peaked in 2013, it sort of peaked the amount of terrorism. And yet our intelligence agencies, and I must say, the more I cannot praise my intelligence agencies enough. They, along with the Pakistan security forces, they achieved what very few countries could have achieved. So Pakistan has this unique experience, and it can probably advise countries how to tackle terrorism. But at the same time, the second track has to be a political dialogue too. Yes. Because conflicts eventually, like look at IRA in Britain, the Irish Republican Army. After, 30, 40 years, eventually they came down to political dialogue and the conflict was resolved. So I always feel that apart from counter-terrorism, conflicts are resolved through political dialogue.
That's it. Excellency, I mean, how do you see the reforms undertaken by His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, under the Vision 2030? You have praised, in fact, the anti-corruption drive launched by His Royal Highness. How do you see this vision, and do you feel that there is similarity in New Pakistan Vision and Vision 2030, honestly?
Well, obviously we praised the anti-corruption drive in Saudi Arabia. Corruption is the main reason why countries remain poor. I keep repeating that countries do not remain poor because of lack of resources. They become poor because of corruption. What corruption does is not just that the money that is supposed to be spent on the people of a country is taken out of the system and sent offshore accounts. That's one reason. But a bigger reason is that in taking the money out, in indulging in corruption, you can only make money from a system by destroying state institutions. So a lot more damage is done by corruption when, to be corrupt, they destroy state institutions. And when state institutions are destroyed, the country is gone. It becomes a third world country. So this anti-corruption drive in Saudi Arabia, obviously we feel that that's exactly something we should be doing. Problem is we are, His Highness was able to do this. In Saudi Arabia, I'm a bit constrained. I would love to do the same thing what he did in Saudi Arabia, but we can't do it here. But we are conducting a big anti-corruption drive.
With regards to the 2030 vision and the similar vision which you are adopted, because I assume, Excellency, most of the Pakistani population is younger generation, most of the Saudi population is younger generation. Do you feel that there is similarity in two visions and both countries can drive this vision towards not only benefiting both countries but the Ummah?
When we have a young population, then we have a huge responsibility to educate them, give them quality education, not just primary education, but especially higher education. We need quality universities. So inshallah, in Pakistan, we are going to, the state will, first of all, we're going to revamp the existing universities. But then we're going to start from setting up state-of-the-art universities. And we are starting by building a state-of-the-art university in what is the Prime Minister House. What was my Prime Minister House, this huge place we had. So I've decided to live in a small place, but convert that big, beautiful place, which was just for one person, the Prime Minister, convert it into a state-of-the-art university, higher education, postgraduate university. No country can progress without education, and specifically higher education. And now what we have is a knowledge economy. Knowledge economy means that, you don't have to have resources. Knowledge is in the mind. And for us, example is Singapore. Pakistan started off way ahead of Singapore. Today, Singapore has gone, in terms of exports, way ahead of Pakistan because they invested in the people and higher education.
Excellency, you spoke about the education, and as you very well know, education and culture is the most basic factor in developing the country. Your project, Namal University, is highly commendable and highly, appreciable. We are having also a very prestigious universities.
I'm going to speak to His Highness, and we'll work out what areas which we could mutually benefit each other. And education is certainly one of the biggest areas. We set up Namal University in a rural area in what was my constituency, Miawali. And what we discovered was that if you give quality education to the people who are poor, who are deprived of quality education, if you give them quality education, their hunger and drive is so much that they actually overtake people, from, say, like my background, who went to quality schools and got good education. They have much greater drive than people like us. So Namal University was affiliated to Bradford University in England. And so people in this rural area, 90% getting free education, 90% on scholarship. Their results were much better than the results in Bradford University. So what we have realized is that, we should really take education down to those people, to the deprived people in this country, to the poor people.
How you will expand this education diplomacy which you had started with Namal? I mean, do you want to have it in the level of Pakistan? Do you want other countries to share this experience? Because this is, I believe, very unique, Excellency, that, this university associated with a very precious...
Yes, obviously. The most important thing is that to cooperate with each other. So we would love to cooperate in this field of higher education.